Yeah, it's Joe here from Guitar 53. Bit of a later video today, and it's a bit of a challenging one. This is something I've been saying I was going to do for a few days now, and it was to talk about the first time I met Stevie for an interview. There was things that were said last week on week 5 of the masterclass, and one particular thing that just resonated and took me right back to that. That perhaps over 10 years ago now, and it was when Stevie started off the Mind Mastery, the Masterclass Week 5, and one of the very first things he said, I think it was actually the second point he made, was about having no false identifications, and it really resonated. It just took me right back to the interview. So I said I would talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it. I'll try and keep this brief, but I don't know if I can, because it was tons of stuff. So this might be a two-parter. We shall see how it goes. So 10 years ago, now I wrote a blog about this after it happened, and I've still got it. And it was weird reading it back, because I thought, oh yeah, I'll find that somewhere. I know I've got a copy of it somewhere. And when I opened it up, it was a Word document that's 7 pages long, 7 pages of just what went on at that interview. And if for anybody that's been taking part in the masterclasses, some of the themes back then are some of the things that we're still hearing in this, in these sessions. And it also makes sense. It's funny, I had a session with Stevie earlier today, and again we covered an absolute multitude of points, multitude of areas, and things start making sense. But this is a 10-year journey for me, and it started at that. That's what I said in the day. That was the starting line for a lot of changes that were happening. So let me tell you about that. At that point in time, I was unemployed, looking for work. Got told there was a post in a training company in Paisley, and that was sort of employability, which just ticked all the boxes for me at that time, which was great. Not too far away, doing something I love, magic. Sent CV away. Got a phone call next day, invite me along, and told me I'd be invited along to an interview. And I thought, fantastic, because it was, I don't know, quite a few months unemployed at that point. So the format was, I was told, a 10-minute interview, presentation, 10-minute presentation on a subject of my choice, something I was passionate about and find inspiring and motivating. Then be a panel interview with the head of the training and the training manager, and then a potential meeting with the manager director. And that kind of, what's that all about? Meeting with the managing director, okay. But I was advised to do my homework in the company, because I was told that the guy who owned the company, Stevie Kidd, liked to know that people had sort of done their background checks and know, done a bit of homework and know what they're getting into, know the values of the company. So I did that. Prepared as I could, went over the next day, 8:30 start, right away. You're like, it's a bit of an unusual time. So it's a group interview. Went along. Now, if it wasn't for these notes, and I've got them in front of me as well, but I'm not going to read them because 7 pages, man. I probably wouldn't have remembered half of this. There's a whole load that I still don't remember, which me and Stevie still laugh about. But went along, people start coming in, everybody's a bit nervous, you're kind of checking each other out. And I remember at one point, somebody didn't turn up. I think, okay, that's less competition, that was the kind of mindset, because I need a job. And when we were talking, getting a cup of tea, talking with the other sort of candidates there, one of them said, I didn't think we'd be presenting in front of the other potential candidates. Right away, I'm thinking, oh, cool, that's my sort of potential competition narrowed down, because I'm all over this. Totally in my comfort zone. At that point, so the first woman did a presentation, something she was passionate about, which was like salsa dancing. She'd never done, so there you are, 9 o'clock in the morning, or whatever it is, before 9 o'clock, and we're all up having a shot at this dancing, which was a wee bit out of my comfort zone. But you think, what the hell? Do you know what I mean? Go with the flow. Good fun, actually. It was just a wee bit energising. I remember thinking it was a really cool icebreaker, actually. And I did mine, and it was about, it was a bit dry, but something that I still am passionate about, supporting people through their development journey, customer client engagement support, which probably resonated as well. Wasn't quite salsa dancing, but hey ho. And then it was just some exercises, group dynamic exercises, stuff I'd seen before, I was quite familiar with. And then we got the panel interview. I can remember thinking, yeah, no bother. I talk to people, and I've written in my notes, I'm reading on the notes here, never had any difficulty in talking with people. Grew up in a big family, and I've got very good social skills. You can you probably just pick up on body language, maybe without even thinking about it. You're looking for clues, and you just respond accordingly. So that was good. I had the chance to chat with one of the people that was in the original interview panel just before I went in for my it was a discussion, a panel interview with the training manager, the head of training. So that was good. I had a wee chat with her. Thought, okay, I can get a wee bit more, info. Brilliant. In there, doing the thing, answering the questions with what you think are the right answers that folk want to hear. No bother. Totally in the comfort zone. The guy said to me, I remember this saying, "Are you ready for meeting Stevie? He's going to meet him this afternoon." And I'm thinking, yeah, I suppose, aye, but the way they said it, it's like you need to prepare yourself. I'm like, what's that all about? Okay, yeah, I'll prepare myself. And we waited a long time. I remember waiting a long time, feeling nervous. And then I met Stevie. And then it just all went to heck, man. It just all the plans that I had for that interview just went right out the window. This is when I got trouble with this, recounting this experience. Went in, met Stevie. He took us into this is if you ask Stevie, he might tell you a completely different version of this. This is from the Joe's eye view, right? So met Stevie, kind of said, right, let's go 1-to-1, and went into, it was like a banqueting hall, like a function hall, like a big function room, and there was just two chairs. At the rest it was all kind of, like tables and chairs that weren't set up for a function. They're all kind of around the perimeter as far as I can remember, but there was two chairs set, and it was just me and him. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Did not have a clue. And we sat there, and the first thing I remember him saying was talking about CVs, right? Says, let me tell you something, Joe. These CVs, and this Stevie still, I can't do a good Stevie impression, but get all these CVs in for everybody, and I'll look at them, just go through all the big words and just rip them up, cross them out, whatever, and then they're all the same. He says to me, says, you've known for what, 3 days, 2 days, you were coming for this interview, 3 days, you were coming for the interview. Aye. Says, tell me something. How come I've not heard from you? I'm like, what? Says, you for 3 days. Says, there's 10 people that were coming in initially for an interview, and out of them, one person got in touch. How did you know? And I was like fumbling already. Like, what? I don't know. It's not what you do for an interview, is it? You don't contact a managing director of a company. And he goes, says who? I thought, oh, Jesus. Don't know what to do. Flat him, totally flat him. And then I thought I was doing alright up to that point, and then that was me. I was dying of my arse. Oh well, that's the end of that then. And then he's asking questions, I've done your homework, and then a couple of things I recognise. Yeah, that means that. Oh, I've got that information. I've done a wee bit of homework. And then he started talking about me. Started talking about himself. Started talking about his story, where he got where he was, and I just did not know how to respond to that at all. I was completely lost. I didn't know what to do. And then I think it went. I don't know how long it lasted. Probably about half an hour. And I just felt I've not said anything. I said this to him. I just don't feel like I've said anything at all in this interview. Right now, it's funny that, isn't it? He's told me nothing about yourself. He started to tell me about you. And this is one of the other common themes. Who are you? And then I started saying stuff and thinking, talking about me, talking about my wife, my children, my love of music, playing violin. And this is what really freaked me out. He says to me, "Oh, I love music. I played violin since I was 8." And then I started, and he was, whoa, stop me. Said, go back here. I'm like, what have I said? He says, why are you ashamed about playing the violin? What? And I think I probably did physically sit back. What are you talking about? And I was quite defensive. What do you mean? I'm not ashamed. He says, did you see what you did there? What are you talking about? At that point, I mean, I'm just like, this sort of a scoopy what's going on here, but this is not how I planned an interview going. And Stevie says you asked me a question, and then you were waiting to see how I would react to decide what way you were going to go. It's like, no, I don't even know if I did that or not. And I was just thinking, what is going on here, man? I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I'm doing. I just, this guy can see right through me. That's it. And at that point, I think I realised that I was just pretending. I knew it, but I think I realised that this guy knows that I'm just pretending. And I'd been pretending about everything. I'd been pretending since I walked in that door. I'd been pretending on the CV. I'd been pretending on the panel interview, because it wasn't even about really saying who I was. It was just about saying what I think they wanted me to see, or what they projecting a kind of image of what I thought they wanted from the person to be in that job. So I just stopped talking. And then at one point, I talked about his family, and my head was just mush. So, and he's my next thing I remember. He's I don't even know how much time passed. Stevie's kind of says, right, we need to finish up because we've been in for about an hour. What? I don't even know where the time was going. And he said to me, he says the only reason that he's taking that much time is because the guys in the panel, and if you think there's something worth kind of looking into here with me. And then he says to me, and I'll never forget this, when he says, right, here's what we're going to do, Joe. He says, we're going to go next door. You're going to go back in front of the two guys, the head of training, the training manager. And you're going to tell them what's different now from when you walked in the door this morning. I just do not know what he's talking about. And this is when it got really, really weird, because he walked through with me, kind of stuck his head in, said to the guys, right, here's what I've told Joe. He's going to explain what's different. Yeah, shook my hand and went away. And then so I'm in front of these two guys, Andrew and Stevie. And I can't remember who it was, but one of them said to me, he just said, are you all right? And and at that point I could feel myself welling up. What the hell? This is meant to be an interview, you know? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? I could feel myself getting quite emotional. And I said to them, can you give me a minute because I'm going to lose it. I'm on the verge of losing it in a freaking interview. And one of them started laughing, and then just quickly said, "Look, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because it's nice to see an honest reaction." And I'm thinking, "Fucking honest." um, and that's when I told him what was different. And this is what resonates with the no false identification part of week 5 was took a deep breath and told him what was different. And it was at that moment you're thinking, right, I've just along the way I've lost sight of who I am. I had lost sight, I just didn't know who I was at that point. That sounds a bit deep, but what I mean by that is that I'd feel like I would step into different personas depending on what people expected me to be at different points. So, today was like this, the professional, the confident individual, the trainer, the experienced kind of guy, and also had like father step into that one, but feels if you're a wee bit of a fraud, the husband, this positive person, the cheery person, the career success person. All these, I think I called it an extensive cast list, personas that I would step into, which we all do to an extent, I think, in life. But I've been doing it for so long, I'd kind of forgot who was at the core of that. Just lost sight of who was at the core of that, and that really came to the fore at that point, and I started getting really emotional. And the guys were cool about it. They were just like, take your time, because then I had to compose myself. Thinking at that point, that's this job's not coming my way. That's the end of that. And then realised that I had to then walk past the other guys who were sitting out in the hall that I just came in from, waiting to go in with Stevie. So I've not got a clue what my face must have looked like. I was just probably like, what the, a bit of shock. But and I can remember walking by and the guys were like, what was that like? And I don't even remember. I don't remember what I said, bizarre or something. And then just left, got into the car. And when you go out, there's a code you need to do to get out of the, like there's like a barrier, it needs a code. So I got up to the barrier, realised I'd forgot to ask what the code was, drove back in, right, just in a bit of a daze. And this lasted for another couple of days. Just in this state of, what the hell just happened there? What the hell it drove my missus nuts because we were decorating that weekend, and I can see myself, I can feel myself just at that, doing scraping the paper off the wall, and just every 5 minutes kind of stop and going, what the hell happened? What was that? And that was my first experience at Stevie. And it makes sense. 10 years later, who are you? And it's taken all that time to maybe work that out. And still working it out. You're always a work in progress, aren't you? And I kept thinking, because that was the start. That was the start of making changes about understanding things. I was offered the job, which I couldn't believe, and then quickly realised I wasn't going to be able to do the job to the level that they wanted, which in itself, but that whole experience of being around that group of people was amazing. The way I described it to folk was it was an organisation in which every single person that was part of that was very, very comfortable in their own skin. And I loved that because it just made me realise, yeah, that's what I've lost along the way. And that was when I started thinking that I need to refine that. So I reconnect with that person that was in the middle of all these personas, because you know what, he's a pretty decent person. He's not a bad person actually. As your core, your values, the things that you shouldn't lose sight of. And the importance of that just, was revisited with that one comment that Stevie made 12 years later. I don't even know how many, more than 10 years later. And Stevie says stuff in some of these sessions where, we'll cover things and then, weeks later, and I'm thinking weeks later, it'll come to the phone. I'm talking like years later. Years later, it pops in. I remember he said that. Gee whiz. He said that, and it's there again. It's suddenly at the forefront of what's going on in my life. And that connection from a decade ago is still there. So when he's talking about who are you, it's a fundamental question to understand. And I think having been on the other side, when you really struggle to answer that question, it's not a good place to be. I wonder what it would be like if I hadn't had that interview 10 years ago. Said that to Stevie today. Imagine what that would be like. Because that meeting 10 years ago led to the coaching starting the last year. It took me that long to engage with him as a coach. And from that, doing Reach Your Peak, which has just changed again, just levels of awareness, meeting an amazing group of people who've been incredibly supportive, and that continuing sort of search for, right, who am I? Because you keep changing, keep evolving. Your core values should always stay the same, I think, but how you grow will change that definition of who you are as you kind of grow and absorb more kind of parts to you. But that's what it changed. In a function room with 2 chairs over a decade ago, this absolute crazy man who turned out to be someone that would affect my life in